Hey YouTube, I'm just here making a video. It is Saturday, August the 13th, and I want to just give you an update of my third week of driving Uber. The last couple of days, yesterday or last night and Thursday night, I decided to switch up my schedule. Normally, I've done the morning time, well, not really morning, but say late morning, start out around 11ish, you know, and then I usually work until about 8 p.m. So I switched up and started the last two nights from somewhere before 5 o'clock, maybe 3, 4, or 5 o'clock, up until about on my way back home at around midnight. And the last two nights driving in the evening, I made, I still drove an average of 6 hours, 7 hours. And I made $60 and $75 respectively for those first two nights. And it was quite busy. I got a lot of pool requests during that time in which I already had a pool in the car, and then I was getting the hang of it of picking up one passenger and then picking someone else along the way who may be going in the same direction. I can't really formulate an opinion of how I feel about driving a pool, but I realize the last couple of pools I've done, you know, it don't seem profitable to me. It's like one person is literally going $2, $3, and then the other person seems to be going further. They end up paying $8, so it's cheaper. So, and then during that time, I'm getting a lot of pool requests, especially when I'm in the Kirkwood area, around where a lot of those bars and downtown. A lot of people are either being want to be picked up at the hotels or whatever. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try next week because Monday is a promotion. So if you drive between 6 a.m. to 9:30 with 4 minimum ride pickups, and you're driving in a designated area like Buckhead, Midtown, Dunwoody, Sandy Springs, it was a guaranteed fare of $21 an hour. So that's the first time I'll be participating in a promotion. So hopefully I will bring myself to wake up and see myself on the road and try to get that $60 or $63 upcoming Monday in that promotion. And that's going to jumpstart my pay because, to be honest, my average daily pay rise is anywhere between $55, $60. And that's only driving 6 hours per day online, even though I feel like I'm out and about all day long. And I know occasionally I will turn off my clock and take a break, or go to the bathroom break, or just go somewhere just to take a break, and I'm turning it off because I'm either trying to talk on the phone with Nina or Marcia, and I know that's probably cutting into my time. So I'm going to follow a guidelines of saying, you know what, I'm going to stay and work an 8-hour day and clock in 8 hours. Because that extra hour yesterday, when I worked and made almost $75, if I had maybe worked one extra hour, I probably could have gotten about 8, 9, $10, $11, $12 more. I don't know. It depends. But I could have gotten a lot of rides in an hour, because if I take one long ride, for instance, and I pick someone up and it takes me 35, 40 minutes to drop them off to wherever they need to go, that's a long ride. And usually that's going to be 16 bucks or more. Whereas if I've taken short rides and it's $3, $4, $5, and I'd say take, maybe let's say I do that 2 rides at $5, that's $10 an hour. So it all depends, And if I start getting those pool requests, then I'm just gonna start picking up some pools. And then, whoever's in the car at the time, I'm gonna ask them, do you want to do a pool? And if so, then they're gonna have to change it and tell them that if you want to take it as a regular ride and not pick up anyone in between, then change it to Uber X. Because basically, if you are doing a pool, you agree to a pool. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to have to clear my passenger section seat next to me and put my bag in the trunk. And because a lot of people are starting to just automatically jump to the front. They might would jump right in the front. And I'm like, say, oh, they'll go to the back. But if I start taking someone to drive in the front and they are a pool, then I'm going to ask them, if I get a pool request, I have to pick someone else up. And they will say, oh, that's fine, because they know that a ride that's going to cost them $12 is going to cost them $8 or something ridiculously low. I don't know. I haven't yet figured that out. But anyways, I'm switching up my schedule, and I'm going to try to do evenings from like 4 to midnight. But what I think I'm going to really do is split it up. I'm going to work about a couple of hours in the morning, about 3 hours in the morning. Mid-afternoon, go to the gym, go to the Y, work out for a couple of hours, take a break, and then resume driving again from 3 to midnight. So I think if I do it like that, I probably could get 10 hours in easily. Maybe 12, but I don't know. I have to see. But if I do it like that, I'm not going to burn myself up. I'm not sitting in the car for any long length of time. And that's the important thing you have to do. Is if you're going to do this full time, put in the, you have to walk, exercise, stretch. Because sitting in a car for a long length of time, and I have a pretty good sized sedan, but you have to be moving. That's too much sitting down. And luckily for me, I don't have a habit of eating at the Quick Trip, eating those hot dogs. After I got sick one day, eating some hot dogs or eating at one of those gas stations, I said, no more. I can't do it, If I'm going to have a hot dog, make my own hot dog and make it from home and wrap it up and eat it knowing I made it myself. And bring my dinner, fix my dinner, bring it with me, go to a gas station, Quick Trip, Whole Foods, warm it up, eat my dinner, normal time, take a break, take a 20-minute break, 30-minute break. When you work a normal job, you take 2 15-minute breaks and you get a 30-minute lunch. So even though you're your own boss and you control your own schedule, realize taking breaks, taking no lunch breaks or dinner breaks, it refreshes your mind, because sitting there for a long length of time, you tend to make mistakes, I have not been in any car accidents, thank God, because I pray every morning. I pray every day I get in the car for safety of myself and my passengers. and people around me, because I've seen some crazy incidents of people almost getting in themselves in big car wrecks right in front of my eyes. And then there's these rude ass drivers in Atlanta who feels, at night they drunk, they want to act a fool, you know. But I'm not gonna sit there and speed my way for anyone. If you that impatient, I'm not gonna run over the first person in front of me. If somebody's in front of me, I'm not gonna be, what do you want me to do? Ram them in the back just to move out the way? No, I'm not gonna do it. But there's some crazy people driving at night in Atlanta, just plain plumb crazy. But so far, it's working well. It's sustaining me some, and as the weeks go by, as I get to really figure out the pattern of scheduling and things of that nature, it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I haven't really got a lot of surge passengers and getting into that surge, but I could tell you one thing. Looking at that map, and you see a surge, and it's way in Alpharetta, Roswell, Sandy Springs, and I'm all the way here in Stone Mountain. I'm not gonna just be turned off my app and then drive all the way over there to get some extra whatever, because most likely, if it's in the evening time and it's in Alpharetta, Roswell, they not going too far. They either going to the bars or clubs or wherever, usually within that vicinity. Because if you're in Sandy Springs and you live in Sandy Springs and they going out, usually they not going too far. I haven't, I know pretty much I'm not going to get people's going to go so far off. If they're in the Ponce, Virginia Highlands, and it's in the Friday night evening, most likely they going to Kirkwood. They not going far either. They going to those bars, not that's maybe up the street or up the road or whatever. And that ain't gonna be too much. So I kind of know my patterns. If it's rush hour and I'm in Perimeter Mall area or a business district and I'm picking someone else from work, they going home, most likely that's going to be a substantial amount of fares, because especially when you're stuck in traffic. So that could bring up extra $8, $10, $11 more an hour, because you have to account for that traffic time. Haven't got any airport runs as much. I've done 3 so far, and I know that during the daytime